Well, hello everybody and greetings from Pelicamp. And one of the questions that I get most often is, how do I like the Colorado? How do I like my tow vehicle? What kind of fuel economy do I get? And today I'm going to answer those questions. I'm going to give you 5 things that I like about the Colorado, 5 things that I don't like as much, and then final thoughts. So stay tuned.
I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
Well, I've had the Colorado now for a little over 3 years, 3.5 years actually. Time flies when you're having fun, and we've definitely put a lot of miles on it. It's got over 100,000 miles on it now, so I can give you an assessment of the things that I like and the things that I maybe don't like as much. And I apologize, it is a little dirty, but that's why you buy a truck, right? So you can get off the pavement a little bit, and here all the streets to access Pelicamp are dirt roads, so there's nothing you can do about it. It's been raining for days, so yeah, what can I tell you? In any case, I'm gonna give you, as I said, 5 things that I like about it and 5 things that I don't like as much. And the number 1 feature, the killer feature in any vehicle, reliability. And that's my first like. This vehicle has been nearly maintenance free for the 3.5 years that I've had her. It's had hiccups like any mechanical machine. It is a machine, but it's been pretty much unleaded fuel and oil for these 3.5 years. The transmission did have a little bit of a hiccup that actually fixed itself. And the other only hiccup that I've had is one sensor that when it gets cold, the vehicle thinks that it is overheating, so the fan will go full throttle and the air conditioner won't work. But you know, I was gonna take it to the mechanic, and it's only happened like twice. And you know the best way to fix it? You unplug the battery for 5 seconds, you plug it back in, and it's like nothing ever happened. So yeah, my number 1, like it's been a reliable machine. Knock on, we don't have any wood. Yeah, we do, but in any case, it's been good in that regard, for sure. Granted, it's only had like highway miles, most of them towing miles, but it's still got has the factory brakes on it. I haven't had to replace the brakes, so you can imagine. Now, my number 2 like is fuel economy. I mean, this thing, when you're towing, there's nothing you can do about it. Most vehicles, most gas vehicles are gonna do in the 10 mile per hour range, or worse, some better, but not so much. I've done 16 miles per gallon going downhill with a tailwind at 50 miles an hour, but I've also done 7-8 miles per gallon with headwind and going up hills. So that's the main determining factor. I believe wind and your speed and the terrain are the main determining factors that will determine that. Now, when I'm not towing, it's for a 3.6 liter V6, I've gotten in the high 20s, 27, 28. I've gotten 30 occasionally, very rare. So, and it is the technology that it has, and it has a technology that will go down to 4 cylinders in the right conditions, and it has an 8-speed transmission. So sometimes you're going on the highway, 65, 70 miles an hour, and the RPMs are like super low because you're going in 8th gear. The fuel consumption, it's very comparable. Now, on very comparable, I want to say I think it's good. I think it's good compared to other vehicles that I've had. Now, my third like is actually something that you use a lot in there, and since I spend so many hours driving, and that is the stereo. It has a very good head unit, but the main thing that it sounds good. It sounds good. It has good bass response, good treble. It's not a super high-end system, but it has clarity, which is important. I'm a musician. I'm a little bit of an audiophile when it comes to that, and I wouldn't have put up with a bad sounding system. And it has features. It's a 21st century system. You have your Bluetooth, you have CarPlay, Android Auto. I love having the satellite radio, and Yeah, it works well. It works well. They have made some software changes over the years that I don't like as much. I used to be able to zoom in and out of Google Maps with the knob, and now I have to do like that on the screen. Certain things like that. But suffice to say that I like the stereo. Now, next feature, and something that I didn't think I was gonna like as much, but it is the remote start. Remote start, especially when it is really cold or it is really hot, and you want to start it and have the air conditioner be on or the heater be on for a little bit before you get into the car. That's a great feature to have. I think it's something that you sometimes take for granted and you don't use as much, but it's there when you need it. That was number 4. Now number 5, things that I like, and this is something also a dislike at the same time, which we're gonna go into the dislikes here in a second. It's the tech. I like having the automatic headlights, you know, that turn on when it gets dark. You don't have to worry about it. In fact, if you change them to manual, the next time you turn on the car, they go back to automatic, which is something that I don't like as much, but in any case, that automation headlights, it has all kinds of sensors like parking sensors, front collision sensors, lane departure sensors, and it will not correct the trajectory of the car, but it will make a noise. You know, it will beep. It'll beep if you are about to go into the next lane without turning on your signal. So that's good. What else? Of course, all cars of this era already have cameras, but I like having, you know, this is at the time, this is at 2019. Not all the cars had the trajectory yet, and having the trajectory on the rear camera, that's a game changer because it makes it so much easier, like to park, to back it in anywhere. And it also has the line that aligns with the hitch ball. So if you wanna hitch up the trailer, it's a lot easier. You know, old Kia, I loved my old Kia, and I'm gonna talk about old Kia a little bit now, but I had to put a GoPro back there if I wanted to hitch up. And I guess that's how people did it, like since time immemorial, right? Vehicles have only had cameras for a few years. So that's about it. All that automation, I like a lot of it, and I like a lot of the technology that it has. I mean, it even has a Wi-Fi hotspot that I'm no longer paying for, but even it had that. So it was very modern when it came to that. Now let's go to the negatives. And when I bought this truck, I hated this truck. I mean, I liked having a new car. It's always good to have a new car, that new car smell and everything runs smooth. But I hated the technology, and I don't know. I had my previous vehicle, old Kia here, and I wore the T-shirt in honor of old Kia for 15 years. Old Kia and I, we spent 150,000 miles together. First stuck in traffic in Miami, and then traveling all over the United States. So I had a certain soft spot, and I missed the simplicity, and I missed the comfortable seat. Yeah, comfortable seat. That's my number one dislike about the Colorado. That's a very uncomfortable seat, and I spend many hours sitting in there, and sometimes you get cramps in your legs. I mean, it is not a comfortable seat, and I think hopefully the next truck, which we might talk about it or not, the next truck will have a better, more comfortable seat, because this was not it. Now, the fact that in 2019, many cars, I won't say most, but many cars already came with LED headlights and LED tail lights. We still have halogen and incandescent in this truck. And even inside, I think it's all incandescent. And for a 2019 vehicle, I think it should have had some of those, technological improvements, right? It's windy today. But it's not, I mean, I'm not complaining. It works. Everything works as advertised. By the way, talking about the lights, I don't know what the Chevrolet was thinking, but to replace one of these bulbs, you have to disassemble, take out like those rivets, the plastic rivets, I forget what they're called. I mean, it is a mission to change the headlights on these vehicles. I don't know why they didn't make it easier. But in any case, that's number 2. Now, number 3 dislike, and actually I'm gonna save this one for last because this one we have to do at night, and it deals with the dash lights inside, and I was so upset when I found out about this. But in any case, number 4 that I dislike is storage. And I mean, yeah, you have that center console, and it's a small-ish glove compartment. I lose my train of thought constantly. But I remember old Kia had all kinds of nooks and crannies where you could put stuff. And this does, but none of them, oh, I locked it. And because I'm gonna do a B-roll of that now, but they're very small and I don't know, not conveniently located. I mean, you still have a lot of storage space, but not as much. Like in the door, you know, the old Kia had like this huge pocket at the bottom of the door that you could put all kinds of things. This one doesn't. And also the fact that it is a truck. And if you go on dirt roads like we do here a lot, and I've tried everything, weather stripping and all kinds of things, things back there will get dusty no matter what. So whatever you put in the back here in the bed of the truck, it's gonna be full of dust before you know it. If you go through any dirt road at any speed, so that's number 4 dislike. And number 5, it's part of that automation. It's that part of that automation and the creepiness factor. I mean, OnStar is creepy. This car is constantly connected to the internet, telling OnStar everything, all the telemetry. It's like having a black box. And I don't know if I want GM to know that much about me. I know of people who have found the OnStar unit and have disconnected it. I've been tempted, but I don't know if that's gonna affect the functioning of the truck. And yeah, you know, I get a monthly email. They even tell me, no, your tire is a little low in air pressure, you know, that kind of thing. And also, for example, if I'm towing, and that's that automation done wrong, I think done wrong. I mean, maybe if you think that there's a reason for them to make that decision, let me know. But if I put it on tow mode, I want it to remain in tow mode until I don't want to be in tow mode anymore, and I press the button again. Every time you turn off the car and you turn it back on, you have to remember to put it back on tow mode if you're towing. And I mean, it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal, but sometimes you forget, and I don't know, I like for the car to do what I want, not, you know what I mean? It is my car. Now, the last one, and actually I'm going to tell you here, and I'm going to tell you a story. I was at Death Valley, one of the best places for you know, low light pollution, night photography. So, and I didn't want to, you know, it's super dark, so it was kind of creepy. I didn't want to get out of the car much. But what happens when you turn off the car and you turn off the lights? The dash, if you turn off the lights manually, the dash thinks that it is daytime, and it full blast, the dash goes all the way up in brightness. And why? And there's no physical way to turn that down, to disable it, not that I've found. The only way is take out the key, and then you have to wait like a minute for all the little lights to die down. And I wish there was a way like to turn everything off, and I haven't found it. So you know, that type of automation that sometimes gets in the way. They thought that the engineer at General Motors, they thought they made the right decision by doing that. But I wish there was a setting so that you could override that. So those are my likes, those are my dislikes. And in hindsight, mistakes that I made, I really should have gone with a more off-road capable trim level. This is only 2-wheel drive, and you know, it has the city tires, and I've gotten stuck once and almost stuck 2 or 3 times. So the next one for sure, I want to be more capable. And the other one, perhaps I should have gone diesel, but I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm kind of afraid of diesel. So overall, And some people like the diesel, engine noise. I don't. I prefer the sound of the quietness of a gasoline engine. But that's about it. Other than that, I think back in October 2018, we made the right decision to get this truck, and I've made my peace with the things that I dislike, and the only thing that I can't change is the seat, but I'm used to it. So overall, that's my review of the Colorado. And now I'm gonna wait until it's nighttime, and I'm gonna show you what I mean when I say that, about the dash lights. I found that very annoying. Okay, here we are. Obviously at a different place because it's as high as possible, but bear with me here. Let's just say I just want to keep the car idling, just because it might be cold and I want to keep the heater on, but I want for my eyes to adapt to the night sky, and I want my headlights to turn off my headlights. If I turn off the headlights, look at that, everything goes full blast in here, and there's no way to turn off that dash, not that I have found, except turning off the car, taking out the key, and waiting some time, and now and now this light turns on, because that's what it is. So you have to wait until it times out, and eventually everything will turn off. I wish there was an off button, if you know what I mean. And that's it for my review of the Colorado. Overall, great truck. It's been good. A lot of people have said that Colorados are unreliable and whatnot. It has not been the case. This one also came with the brake controller and with all the tow package. So it's nice to have all that integrated from the factory. So yeah, thumbs up. Until the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, and 'cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding, I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV.